I am staring at a man with a heavy-duty tool handle protruding directly from his eye socket, and he looks me dead in the face, completely calm, and asks, "Do you mind if I just pull it out myself?" It is 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. If you work in emergency medicine, you know exactly what that smells like. It smells like stale coffee, floor wax, and boredom. Tuesday nights in the ER are strange. You do not get the Friday night knife and gun club chaos. You do not get the Saturday night drunk tank spills. You get the leftovers. The slow burn. I am sitting at the triage desk, staring at the blue glow of my monitor. This is my visual anchor for the night, the triage computer screen. It is illuminating my face with a list of absolute nonsense. I have got a guy in bed 3, crying about a twisted ankle he got 3 days ago. I have got a fever in the waiting room that is actually 98.6 degrees, but the mom swears he feels hot. I have got a stomachache that is definitely just gas from Taco Bell. It is the graveyard shift grind. The quiet hum of the HVAC system is the loudest thing in the room. I am honestly praying for something real to happen, just to keep me awake. You start bargaining with the universe in your head. Please, just give me a laceration. Give me a kidney stone. Anything other than paperwork. Then, the automatic doors slide open. I look up, expecting the paramedics. Usually at this hour, if those doors open, it is accompanied by the crackle of radios, the squeak of a gurney, and someone shouting vitals. But there is no siren. There is no screaming. There is no rush. A single man walks in. He is wearing work clothes, stained jeans, and a flannel shirt covered in dust. He is walking with a steady gait. He is not stumbling. He is not clutching his chest. He looks like a guy who just got off a late shift and realized he forgot to pick up milk on the way home. He looks like he is stopping by to ask for directions to the cafeteria. I drop my eyes back to the computer screen for a split second to save a chart. I figure, okay, probably a minor cut, maybe he smashed a finger with a hammer. Standard tradesman injury. I was wrong. I was so wrong. He walks up to the triage desk, polite and upright. He stands there, waiting for me to acknowledge him. "Can I help you, sir?" I ask, pivoting in my chair. He steps forward, leaning slightly over the high counter. As he moves, his face passes directly under the harsh, unforgiving fluorescent overhead lights, and that is when my brain just stops. It is like a glitch in the Matrix. I am looking at him, and my brain refuses to process the visual data it is receiving because it violates the laws of physics. Embedded in his left orbit, right where his eye should be, is the handle of a screwdriver. And I am not talking about a little eyeglass repair kit tool. I am talking about a 6-inch Phillips head screwdriver. That is the image burned into my retina. I can see the yellow and black rubberized grip. I can see the worn texture on the handle where his oily thumb has probably pressed 1,000 times. I can see the brand logo stamped into the plastic. The shaft is buried. Gone. It is sunk deep into the orbital socket. But here is the thing that freezes my blood. The silence. The triage bay is dead silent. This man is not screaming. He is not crying. He is not even hyperventilating. He is just standing there, blinking with his good eye, looking at me with the patience of a saint. And there is surprisingly little blood. You would expect a fountain, right? Like a horror movie? No. Because the screwdriver is wedged so tight, it is acting as its own plug. It is tamponating the wound. There is just a thin, dark trickle running down his cheek into his beard. My heart starts hammering against my ribs, doing that fight or flight flutter. I stand up, knocking my chair back. "Sir," I say, my voice sounding way too high. "Sir, I need you to sit down immediately." He looks confused. He gestures vaguely at his face. "Yeah, sorry to bother you," he says. His voice is steady, not slurred. "I was working on a ceiling joist. Slip of the hand. It feels a little stuck." A little stuck. He is talking about a steel rod embedded in his brain, like it is a splinter in his thumb. The air in the room feels heavy, thick. The sensory dissonance is overwhelming. The smell of the antiseptic cleaner, the hum of the vending machine in the corner, and this man standing here with a tool in his skull. It is the slope of insanity getting steeper by the second. I hit the panic button under the desk, the one that summons the trauma team. Code trauma to triage. Code trauma to triage. The doors to the back swing open and the cavalry arrives. We grab him gently and guide him to a gurney. We are rushing him to the trauma bay, the resuscitation room, where people go to die. Usually, a trauma entry is chaos. Patients are fighting you, flailing, screaming in agony. It takes 4 people to hold them down. But this guy? He hops onto the gurney himself. He lies down and puts his hands on his chest, like he is preparing for a nap. The trauma team surrounds him. The attending physician takes one look at the screwdriver, and his jaw literally drops behind his mask. We are hooking him up to monitors, cutting his shirt off, starting IVs. The beeping of the heart monitor starts. Beep, beep, beep. It is a normal rhythm, 72 beats per minute. I pull out my pen light. This is the moment of truth. I need to know how much brain he has left. I lean over him. Sir, I am going to shine a light in your eyes. I click the light on. I swing the beam across his good eye. The pupil constricts perfectly. I carefully, oh so carefully, check the injured side. The pupil reacts. Sir, what is your name? I ask. David, he says. David, do you know where you are? The hospital. St. Mary's. Do you know what year it is? 2020-5. Do you know who the president is? He answers correctly. He is alert and oriented ×4. That is the highest level of consciousness you can score on a medical chart. He is fully present. He is solving math problems. The realization hits us all at once. The screwdriver went in, bypassed the globe of the eyeball, miraculously pushing it aside without popping it, and pierced the thin bone at the back of the eye socket. It went straight into the frontal lobe, and that is why he is so calm. The frontal lobe controls executive function, personality, and, crucially, emotional regulation and fear response. He has effectively lobotomized his own panic center. The steel rod has severed the connection that tells his brain, hey, we are dying, freak out. So he is just bored. The room is buzzing with frantic energy from the doctors, nurses spiking bags of saline, the respiratory therapist prepping a tube. It is cinematic chaos. And then, right in the middle of this storm, David sighs. A loud, impatient sigh. He lifts his hand. Hey, he says. This is taking a while. Before any of us can react, his hand goes up to the handle. He wraps his fingers around the yellow and black grip of the screwdriver. No! The doctor screams. David tries to yank it out. He thinks it is just a nuisance. He thinks he can just pull it loose and go home. 3 of us dive on him. I grab his wrist with both hands. It takes all my body weight to pin his arm down, because he is a construction worker and he is strong as an ox. Let go, David! Do not touch it. I am yelling right in his face. All right, he grumbles, relaxing his arm. Geez, just thought I would help. He looks at me, the pen light still in my hand, and gives me a little half smile. You guys worry too much. We sedated him, scanned him, and got him to surgery. The neurosurgeon spent 6 hours removing that screwdriver. Here's the craziest part. He survived. He kept his vision. He walked out of that hospital a week later. But I will never, ever forget that night. The brain is a strange, resilient, terrifying machine. We think we are our personalities, our fears, our souls. But you push a piece of metal 3 inches to the left, and suddenly, you do not feel fear anymore. You can look death in the face and ask if you can fix it yourself. If you work in this field long enough, you learn one thing. The screamers, the ones yelling at the top of their lungs, they are fine. They have air in their lungs, and their brain is working. It is the quiet ones, the ones who walk in with a steady gait and a smile while their body is falling apart. Those are the ones that haunt you. That is the kind of thing they do not teach you in nursing school. Have you ever seen an injury that defied physics? Or a reaction that just did not make sense? Let me know in the comments below. Stay safe out there.